Most local SEO campaigns fail not because of bad execution, but because nobody bothered to check the competition first. I've seen agencies burn through months of work on projects that were unwinnable from day one. And I'm not exaggerating, months gone. In this video, I'll make sure that never happens to you. Coming up, I'm going to show you 3 things. First, how to analyze where you currently stand compared to your competitors. Second, how to tell if a campaign is going to be easy, medium, or flat out difficult before you even start. And third, the warning signs that a local SEO campaign is doomed from the start, so you can avoid wasting months on a project that was never going to work. Hello, my name is Christian, founder of Local SEO Academy. I went from a dead-end job to starting an agency and making $50,000 a month while helping hundreds of local businesses rank. And now I teach people how to do the same inside our Local SEO Academy group. Now, before we dive in, I want to be upfront with you. It's tough to completely and accurately assess competition. And the reason is there are ranking factors like Google Business Profile age, click-through rate, and other things that we simply don't have access to. But we can get a really good picture based on the signs that I'm going to show you. The first thing you want to do is use a tool called Free Local Ranking Checker. This is where you can take a quick peek into what actual people see when they're searching from that specific area. So you're going to type in your prefix keyword. For example, if your client is a plumber from Las Vegas, you would type in just plumber, not plumber near me, and see what comes up. The reason you want to do this is because the rankings from the prefix keyword plumber will bleed into all the other keywords such as plumber near me or emergency plumber. Now here's a tip. If you see the same competitor ranking on the maps and also on the organic search results, I would consider that a slightly tougher situation. That person actually has some authority built up. They're dominating both sections, which means they've probably invested quite a bit in their local SEO. Not always true, but a good data point to consider. Now, one thing to keep in mind, Free Local Ranking Checker doesn't actually tell you the specific coordinates it's searching from. So take these results with a grain of salt. It does help you understand what people from that general location see, but it's not pinpoint accurate. And also make sure you're using an incognito tab when you're searching for this. You don't want your search history influencing your search results and giving you a skewed picture. Now let's look at the average review count and consider that this part is very niche dependent. Let me explain what I mean by that. Home builders, for example, they sometimes get 10 to 20 jobs a year, and these jobs can be worth millions of dollars in revenue. But the problem is that the review count is going to be naturally lower. They're just not doing enough volume to rack up hundreds of reviews. Alternatively, a pressure washing company does dozens of $300 jobs per week. And guess what? They have the potential to reach thousands of reviews very, very fast. So you do have to understand the niche you're working with. In general though, here's my rule. If you see multiple businesses with a review count over 100, I consider that a tough niche to rank in. This is typically what you'll observe in popular niches such as plumber, HVAC, pest control, things like that. But if you move into more obscure niches like money lenders or bail bonds, you'll notice that not a lot of people are investing in their local SEO. The review counts tend to be lower and the competition tends to be easier. But here's the one thing you need to remember. You will need to catch up to these people. So do consider that when you're going after a specific vertical. If someone is sitting at 500 reviews, that's a long road ahead of you. And make sure your client knows that. Now let's use Whitespark's citation tool. This tool is free for 3 Google Business Profiles per day. And what you're going to do is simply plug in your business information, and Whitespark will do a web scan of your address across directories. And it's going to give you a citation score. Now I want to be clear. The result will not be 100% accurate. You may have 100 actual citations, but Whitespark might just show 10. And that's okay. What you want to see here is how your score compares to your competitors. That's the important part. It's relative. It's not absolute. Here's how I think about it. If your score and your competitor's score are anything under 15, I would consider that easy to rank in. Anything over 30, I would consider that high difficulty. And anything in the middle, I would basically consider that medium difficulty. Pretty simple, and I can't recommend this tool enough. It's been incredibly useful and helpful for me throughout the years. I personally use it on every local SEO campaign I do. Next, you should do a geogrid scan of where you're planning to create your Google Business Profile or where your Google Business Profile already is. And what you're looking for here is to see where all your competitors are located. Now, here's something really important. If someone is in the exact same building as you, chances are you might get filtered. Let me explain what that means and how it works. When you search for a local service term such as plumber Las Vegas, you'll notice that you never see 2 pins in the exact same spot. Google always shows just one. So if your Google Business Profile is in the same building as another Google Business Profile, and you're both competing on the same keyword, the algorithm is going to get a little bit wonky, for lack of a better term. It's actually going to be extremely difficult to rank over the same person in the same building. And this is something you should absolutely disclose to your client, so they're aware that there's something actively working against them. Now, can you brute force your way past them by getting more high quality authority links? Maybe, but it's an uphill battle. And honestly, you're better off advising your clients to switch office spaces if that's an option. That's how serious this issue can be. Another important thing to consider when it comes to competitor difficulty is competitor density. So if you're in a city that's just riddled with competitors, you're going to have a very tough time ranking. And here's why. Everyone has their own little home court advantage in their own small patch of land. Let me explain what I mean. A home court advantage is the phenomenon where your Google Business Profile will always rank best nearby where it is located, whether it be city or local area. Now that sounds pretty great, but it's a double-edged sword, because while you may have a home court advantage, guess what? Everyone else has one too. So you end up in a situation where everyone ranks really well in their own little bubble, and it becomes really difficult to push into someone else's territory. I've personally encountered this firsthand with the CPA business in the heart of a city. The area was absolutely riddled with competitors. And the optimistic part was that the average review count of a CPA Google Business Profile was only 5 to 10 reviews. So very low competition on paper. But since there were so many competitors clustered together, it was extremely difficult to rank. All those little home court advantages stacked up against us. So competitor count matters just as much as competitor quality. And the last thing I want you to consider is competitor proximity. If you want to rank your Google Business Profile at the south side of a city, but there are actually strong competitors in that area, then you can bet it's going to be really tough to rank in their own area down there. They already have the home court advantage locked in. They're physically closer. Google trusts their proximity, and you're coming from the outside trying to break in their area. That's a fight you need to know about when you start the campaign, not 3 months later. So let me give you the rapid fire checklist here. 1. Run free local ranking checker and see if anyone is dominating the maps and the organic. 2. Check the average review count. Over 100 across multiple competitors, and that's considered tough to rank. 3. Compare your Whitespark citation score with your competitors. Under 15 is easier, over 30 is difficult, and anything in the middle is medium competition. 4. Do a geogrid scan and check if any of your competitors are in the same building as yours. If they are, you might get filtered. 5. Look at how many competitors are packed in a specific area. High density means that everyone is getting a home court advantage. And 6. Check if competitors are physically close where you want to rank. If they are, do expect a fight and a long road ahead. So after you look at all these things, you're going to have a really good idea of the competition and what you're dealing with. But here's the thing. A competitor analysis is just the first step. Knowing the difficulty is one thing, but actually building a campaign so you can take over the competition, that's a different story. And that's exactly what we cover inside Local SEO Academy, place where we have a course and also other like-minded SEO professionals that meet and discuss these advanced local SEO strategies. So if you're looking to grow your agency or you're looking to grow your local business, then definitely consider joining. Links in the description.